Peace fam, P.A. Finley, ThePAFway coming at you live. Once again, one love to the conscious community, to my folks, my peeps, my melanated beings, one love. We're gonna just dive right into this. This is Self-Science Part 10. And I ended off talking about good news and bad news. The bad news we dropped off, and I was talking about gonna get right into the good news on this particular part of self-science. So let's get into it. Let's get into the good news. We know the bad news. Rehashing the bad news. Bad news is this fear factor that's pushing around like the end of the world is coming soon because we finna blow it up. We finna blow Earth up. We got egomaniacs in control of the buttons. Fingers over the buttons. And all it takes is just to drop one and everybody else is going to respond and react and everything. We're going to nuclear holocaust like we've never seen before. Sending out an atomic mushroom cloud explosion of love all across the globe. When do we not need that, right? Okay? And then we got this guy in the presidency, and I'm not gonna say no names, but he definitely ain't making it better for us with that fear factor shot. Cause this dude, anywho, go get right into the good news. That's the bad news. That's the fear factor. Fear. See, fear, I can control you if I can scare you. If you're unafraid, if you're aware, you won't be afraid. You might be concerned. You might be in a state of preparedness. You might prepare, but you won't be afraid. You won't be fearful. When you are aware of who you are, fear tends to just, it has its reality, it has its existence, but it's ineffective. It doesn't affect your soul. It doesn't affect your core. There's times when we're like, ooh, what the heck is going on? And fear is an emotional reality for us in these bodies. Our bodies, our bodies want to exist. Take a look at your car, your vehicle. You want that to last as long as it can. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just, you ain't trying to demolition derby or nothing, just smashing and just run into stuff and throw it in the gutter and go get another. That ain't what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to take care of it, trying to change the oil, you're trying to, longevity. That's an investment. So you ain't trying to outie this bad boy. You know what I mean? So if you're young, you really don't care because you ain't thinking about the 40s and 50s. You ain't thinking about that stuff. You're in the life. But once you get into them 30s and 40s and 50s, you see when you're in the 20s or whatever, your teens, your 20s, you don't care about dying and all. I don't know, drugs, I don't care. Y'all ain't be thinking about that. Because you're into so much living. Life is so exciting and adventurous. You get them 30s, 40s, and 50s, you be like, man, I want to live. You know what I'm saying? So the body wants to live, okay? And that's okay. That's not a bad thing, right? It's okay to live. Living is okay here. This eye blink is okay. You ain't got to go in half an eye blink. You ain't got to go in a partial eye blink. You can complete the whole eye blink here. Why not? No problem. But fear of leaving and how you leave, that's a heck of a fear. It's paralyzing. And that's how one another can control you. It's through your fear. Your courage can't be controlled. Hate. I can control you through your hate, which is sourced by fear. I can't control love. Love is a thing that you just, so if I'm playing chess with multitudes of people, the best way for me to control the multitude of people is to keep them in fear. Because then I can move them over here, I can move them over there, I can do it in bulk. I don't have to do each and every individual and convince each and every individual to do something. I can get them in bulk, in millions, and shift them. I can move some stuff. But if those millions are based in love, there is no control. All control is lost. And that's what fears, that the powers that be, white supremacy fears that the most, is losing control. Even though they're losing control, because they don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand how this thing works. But they think they do, they believe they do, and so they do, in a sense. It's tricky because the mind can control, you can create, it's very creative. So, who are you? Do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you be? Who are you? Do you know the one you don't call? Who are you? Do you know the one you call me? Who are you? Do you know the soul inside you? Who are you? Do you know the spirit within? Who are you? Do you know where you're gonna go? Who are you? Do you know where you've been? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Who are you? Do you know who you be? Who are you? Do you know the one you don't call? Who are you? Do you know the one you call me? So that's the bad news. The good news is I'll pose a question to you. You got all these egomaniacs and heads of state and heads of countries and heads and with a button that they can push and launch nuclear missiles. Okay? I got a couple questions. One, how long have they had that button there? Okay, that's one. And then two, let's just say, I'm gonna throw a year out there. I know it's more than that, but I'm just trying to make a point. We can all agree they had that control for a year. We can all agree that, right? How come nobody's pushed the button yet? Egomaniacs, crazy, insane, engulfed by fear, history of pushing buttons is what they do, creators of wars, kicking it off, representing what they do, who they are, and you ain't pushed the button yet? I wonder why. Now I know some people might be watching this. Hey man, don't spook them or don't challenge them. Oh, you don't think you think I'm playing with this button? No. But seriously though, the worst of us, you pretty much represent the worst of humanity. controllers, freaks, control you who runs everything. The secret societies, the Illuminatis, white supremacy, whatever supremacy, just supreme. You who do nothing but exercise power. It's what you do. You don't sit on power. Oh yeah, there's a fear factor involved, but if I do that, they know they're gonna do that, and then that, and shit, I'm gonna get blown up. Some people might say, well, they ain't ready yet. You think they ain't ready? Ain't been ready. Way before I was born. They been getting ready. They were getting ready in slavery. They ready for whatever. Believe me, them and they kind, they little hookup, they little click, that 5%, they gonna be here after everything is done. So what they waiting on? These are the people who do what they do. They live on the other side of the line. On this one though, they hesitant. I present to you that there are forces they're having problems. There's a couple of things. Stuff is not working right. Listen, we are not alone. I don't know why y'all think, that the powers that be are the ultimate powers. There's an old saying they used to say in the Christian world that the devil is busy. And then every once in a while you hear somebody say, God is busy. The enemy is busy. Come on, but the enemy is a pawn in the game like the rest of us. All of this is a plan. All of this is set in motion to create this. They're being used by powers, so-called evil powers. They're being used in works, but those powers are being used in work. Listen, this stuff, it's infinite. So what we need to do, that's the reason why self-science is so important, because we need to connect to the source. We need to go beyond all of this and get intel from the source, because once you connect to the source, or realize your connection to the source that already exists and has always existed, once you wake up and know who you are, there is, in knowing and understanding oneself and studying that self that you are, you become aware of a whole lot of stuff that's not so aware. You know what I mean? It's like the more you get into it, the more you get into yourself, the more you study you, because it's all there. All your answers is there. Any question you've ever asked and will ever, it's right there within you. So, fear not, but seek. See, the fear dwindles. Oh, it's still there. It still exists. A bear come around this corner, I'm out of here. Deuces. We're going to see how fast that bear runs. And then we're going to see how fast I run. I'm just keeping it 100. That's clear and present danger. That's self-preservation. That's a healthy fear. Get the heck out of there. What are you doing? Instinctual too. You ain't got to do too much thinking about it. So that's healthy. But this ghost fear, this fear of something that ain't even there, that's why I don't watch the news, y'all. I'm serious. I don't watch the news. It's lopsided. It's one-sided. It's nothing but negativity. It's nothing but drama. It's nothing but stress and mess. As if positive things is not taking place in the world. I'm sorry. When you feed me a lot of garbage and stuff is happening, I get my information. I drive for Lyft. I'm a Lyft driver. Ex-taxi driver for 5 years. Switched over to them a year ago. So now, next month in February, I'll be a year with Lyft. So, for going on 6 years now, I get all my intel from my clients to get in and out of the car. They keep me abreast of everything, what's going on. I don't have to watch the news. And then I get to drop some signs on them. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to come with the garbage. And then I'm going to let them know something. Isn't it funny? A wise person once told me, and let me say something else. I'm going to get right back into that. I know I'll be bouncing around, but in your journey of the knowledge of self and the science thereof, you're going to come across many gurus. They're just going to show up. Many senseis. They're just going to pop up and you're going to be like, really? And if you're open to receive, they will lace you. Men, women alike. Young and old. If you're open to receive, they will lace you. And you're going to need them to lace you. So you need to be prepared to receive. In your own personal individual search and research of who you are, that's going to be good intel and information that you're going to be picking up and deciphering and sifting through. Because there's a lot of garbage out there too. It's not, nobody said this was going to be easy. But don't be discouraged because you know ain't easy. You know hard. Hard should not be a deterrent. Oh, it's too hard. So life is too, what you talking about? You didn't think like me. Life is, man, dude, the garbage is hard. And you handle that daily. So you can handle this. You can handle anything. I'm telling you, you can handle anything. Especially when it's in your benefit. So, it's all good to have your own information, your own research, and stay in the bubble and just be online and read books and all that. You got to do that. But when you step out the bubble, individuals are going to be sent in your direction. Angels, as it were, if you will. And they're going to have something to let you know that you're going to desperately need to know. You got to have ego in check. You can check out my video on ego. It's a process. But you don't have to take 28 years to get to know what I know. That's the beauty about it. You don't have to go through the... I was a little hard-headed. I was very open, though. Any individual will tell you, any one of my G's, any one of my senseis, my gurus, they'll tell you this dude was wide to F open. So they poured it. The more open you are, the more they're going to pour. There you go, you got a little crack, they're going to see you serve you a crack swift. They go with what you go with. Whatever you own, that's what they're gonna be on. Because they don't want to overstep. They don't want to. They want to force it. Okay, here we go. Who are you? Where you been? Who are you? Who are we?